Here, a member of this church for 28 years. And I just wanted to share my testimony. It's about the power of prayer. And so I was raised Jewish. Both parents were Jewish. And if I'm honest, it was more of a nationality than a religion. I did go to Hebrew school, but really it was just more nationality. And my parents were divorced right at that age, at 13. So my dad was like the disciplinarian, and my mom, she couldn't handle us. And so I took full advantage. You know, I stayed out, I drank, I did drugs, I did a lot of bad things, to the point where by the time I was 18, I had gotten a girl pregnant, a 16-year-old girl pregnant. And we didn't even get along, much less want to marry or anything like that. It was just a total, not good thing to do. But so she decided that she was going to have a Catholic adoption, right? So then that was proceeding along, but God had other plans. So when my son Sean was born, he was born with 5 heart defects. So immediately, the adoptive couple, they had second thoughts. They were like, I don't want this, I don't want this situation. It was, and we understood, and me and the mother agreed, okay, we're gonna be mom and dad, we're gonna keep him. So that was good. But now at 3 days old, he had open heart surgery for this defect, and it failed, right? So now they tell us he's got to have another one, and if this one doesn't work, that he's not going to make it with this defect. So at this point in time, again, I had never known anything about God, but I was in a city I didn't know from the hospital. I didn't have a car. I was 18 years old, and I just started walking down the street and found a church to pray in. I could not even tell you what kind of church it was, but I just went into this church, and I walked in, and I just got on my knees in a pew and just begged God to save my son, And he did. He saved my son. And it was awesome. He had the surgery at 8, thank you. He had the surgery at 8 days old, and it worked. And so life went on. He had another one, and it worked. And then I went to college, and I met my wife, Jackie, in college. And you guys know Jackie. And there, I think the saying, my better half, came up, that was originated with me and Jackie. When they look at the two of us and go, yeah, she's the better half. So, and you guys know that. If you know us, you know that it's true. So she wanted to know about God, right? So she prayed to find a church. She had a student in her class, and Matthew Bardowell. He was awesome. He invited her to church. Yeah, a couple people remember Matthew. And anyway, so she started the Bible. She wanted to be baptized. So my first day at church was the day that Jackie was baptized. And it was awesome. And we had always gotten along. It wasn't like, we were doing well, but I just saw the difference in her and just how much she loved it. She really loved God and loved the Word. So I got involved, right? So then 2 brothers, Art Colson and Bill Hazen, they studied the Bible with me. And I just wanted to say, the power of the brothers helping you is incredible. They worked days, I worked nights, and they made the commitment to study with me from 10 p.m. till ? Every day until I made it, for 3 weeks, when they had to go to work every morning, so they would wait for my work. You guys get the idea. Yeah. So I was going along, and so the thing is that I got up to the point of the study we called the cross, right? So I knew easily that I wasn't a Christian. You know, I was Jewish, and I didn't know any. My first time reading the Bible was the day Jackie was baptized. So I knew I wasn't saved, but I could not, in my mind, in my heart, get in touch with the cross, right? So Art suggested write a letter to God. So I wrote a letter to God, and I kind of hemmed and hawed for a couple days. I just didn't want to face it. But when I wrote that letter, what I had realized is that those years ago, when God had saved my son, I never thanked him. I never thanked him. I never recognized him. I just never gave him the credit. Even with the later surgeries, my God became the doctors. You know, and so writing that letter to God, and when I realized that I had not done that, and how I'd handle it, and just been so selfish about it, and that God had sent his son to die for me, and yet I didn't even thank him for saving my son, then I really broke, you know. And I broke. You could see the difference, and I was baptized the next day. And yesterday, thank you. Yesterday was 28 years a Christian, so thank you.